Howdy folks, my name's Christian and welcome to Bullish on Farming. Got a windy afternoon on July 28th. Just moving the mums off to some fresh pasture. If you've seen some previous videos, one of them I talk about including a hay field into our pasture rotation. Well, this is it. This is a hay field that was cut in early June. It's actually cut a bit early. We didn't get as many bales out of it, but we got tons of hay this year. So we don't need no second cut. So we got two fields that go past that tree line is another field. But as you can see, the moms are moseying on through. We got a laneway here. I got the mineral tub just on the back hitch, bringing and leading the girls. But we got plenty of forage in here. We will be target grazing this field once these girls kind of have their way with this paddock. I've set up a pretty big paddock there. I'm going to be out of town for a couple of days, so I set up a 3-day paddock. And well, when they're done with that, I just open a gate down at the end there, and I'll have them to graze this during the day, and I'll move them past into another section for the evening. But I'll let them have some bites here. Don't mind having the cattle's heads down, grazing, staying calm. So we got, I think it is 6 or 7 steers in with 21 mums and 19 calves. That's what you're looking at here. We got our beautiful herd of Angus cattle with some crosses in there. Got a speckled mama over there. Got a belted Galloway. You can see the white stripe in the group. We'll start getting a little bit of a move on here, see if I can film and drive at the same time. Woo! Girl, come on, girls. So this is the life, baby. Moving animals across the landscape. It's one of the funnest things I've ever done in my life, and well, I guess it's for some people if you get the call. But spending your days out here all the time, connecting with the land and the animals, it's therapeutic in of itself, and it really kind of reminds you of the simplicity of life that's always in the background. The only reason why life might be seeming complicated is because your mind thinks it is. Really, everything's happening without you having to think about it. Of course, you know, there are things that you have to do, your due diligence to live a functional life. However, most of the worrying and straining and struggling is all in your head. You can move with grace, and these cows teach me that each and every single day. Unless these cows are spooked, folks, they don't move quick. They know they got all the time in the world. And I'm not trying to say that humans are cows, but the spirit of these animals does direct you within towards your beingness if you are silent enough to open up to it. This is our bull, our young bull, first year breeding with the group. He's a stud. You know, when you put a young bull in for the first time, he's going to be 2 years soon, a couple of months. Sometimes you want to keep an eye on him, make sure he's doing his job and he stays focused. He's been good. He's been real good. But we will see come calving season next year. All right, let's move with these girls. Watch out, girls. I didn't realize how dirty my windshield was until I had the camera up. So we're gonna move these girls right on in, and I got a gate 20 feet away now. That's what's gonna give these girls access to all that beautiful vegetation there. Come on, girls. Here it is. Over here. Woo! Yeah, come on, girls. She's looking at the hay that I've been stacking over yonder. Geez, we got so much hay this year. We got like 2 years worth of hay. And you know, we had some new fields that we were working with. We weren't sure how much we were gonna get out of it. And I guess it's better to have more hay than less hay. But geez, you know, bringing all the hay back, the extra fields we got is leased land on another farm. And so to haul it here, it's a little bit of a process, but hey, we're bringing nutrients onto our land from other hay fields and dropping that down into our soil, contributing to the fertility of our pastures when we do things such as bale graze by dropping carbon and organic matter from elsewhere onto our farm. We are netting nutrients as a plus. There we go, that's a bull. Lead them on in. Woo! Those of you who don't handle cattle, well, you know that as herd animals, all you need is one to start a trend and they'll all follow. It's a beautiful thing when you're working with them. You learn to understand them and they actually start to understand you. You hear your cows bawling in the morning after doing, you know, daily rotations for ever so much time, and they start trying to train you. If you're not there on time, they'll start bawling. Even if they have some stuff to clean up, they become spoiled. And that's why it's so important as a grazing manager, a grazer, to evaluate your land daily and your cattle. You can tell if your cattle are full, if the rumen's full. If you don't know, that's on the left side of the body, not the right. It's up by the hip. Let's see if I can get a view here of a girl. Left side's what the rumen's on, and we like to keep that full always. So as you can see on their left side, right on the hip, it's difficult to see, but that's a full cow. Okay, I'll try and find one. She's got a bit of a triangle going. When it's indented, there's a triangle. You can see behind the belted here. That little indent right there. Tough to see on black cattle through the camera. But yeah, if you didn't know that, now you know. Now you'd want to look at that if you were questioning whether or not they had enough feed in the paddock you put them in. And then if they had more than enough feed, you want to evaluate your pasture to make see the overall length that's left. Woo! Come on, calvies. Calves are always the last to enter the paddock. They're not so good at turning, but they figure it out. Sometimes they need a little encouragement from the back. Just go behind them and push them forward. Come on, bud. So we decided to integrate our steers in with this group to up our numbers. And of course, we didn't want any heifers we didn't want bred in here. So we took them out. Come on, let's go, calves. See if we can give these guys a little encouragement. Although I know they'd figure it out. There's 3 going through now. There's 4. Since we got the camera on, let's give it a little action here. Come on, let's go. Hey. Yep. That's it. Sheesh. We got some good looking calves in here, man, I'll tell you. Some beefy boys and girls. Excuse the wind. I'm not sure how that's translating on the camera. But like I said, this is a big section. 3 days worth. And you know, I'm running paddocks about 40 yards by 200 yards with this group. The numbers I mentioned, 21 mums, 19 calves, I think 6 to 8 steers. I can't remember exactly. So we got 150 yards here. Sorry, 150 by 200 yards. So that's 3 days worth. And we got some beautiful stuff in here, man. up to my elbow. You got that 1.5 foot clover, alfalfa, grass, you know. Beautiful, rich pasture. And there's just something about seeing cattle on pasture. I think it actually neurologically slows down your nervous system. And by that I meant, I think it sends signals to your brain that kind of puts you in a calmer state. When you just observe and witness these animals in their element and allow life to be, you almost sink into the background and become one with the beingness. Yep. Stuff you can learn on a farm, and there's stuff that you can learn from life, and then there's stuff you can learn from both. Depends how you look at your life and, you know, how you align with spirit, God, source, whatever it is that you believe that source is life itself. And this hasn't been too much of a philosophical channel, but I would say that much of my spiritual journey has brought me here. I didn't come from this life. Okay, I grew up in the city, and for most of my 20s, I worked in the entertainment industry. And well, maybe we'll talk a little bit about that in another video. For people who are thinking about farming, but just don't know where to start and don't come from a farming background, you can farm. But we don't got time for that. I'm close to the end of the day and I want to take off. So thanks for stopping by, folks. We'll see you on the next one.